But where I feel most grounded is when I'm around my girlfriend and her family. Although my family does support me, my girlfriend and her family want me to grow. They want me to be phenomenal. They just want me to have such an amazing career, as to where my family, they don't really do all that. So I feel most grounded when I'm with my girlfriend's family and my girlfriend, obviously. And then where's my safe place, where I believe that my growth is most advanced. I believe that my safe place is my girlfriend's house. They want me to do nothing but grow, and they want me to do nothing but exceed in life. So that's why I feel like they are my safe place. And then it says, please identify in your life where you have been unrocky and unsteady. That would be my actual home with my mom and my dad and my sisters and my brother. They were really bad for my mental health, and they just brought me down so much to where I don't see them as my safe place. I see them as a place where I was unsteady. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my family with all of my heart, but I just don't feel like they were the best environment for me to exceed and grow into the woman that I wanted to. And now we're going to go on to part C. So we're going to discuss an obstacle that made me develop and change for the better. It was moving out with my girlfriend. That was a big change that I did, and it was very hard at first, but it did make me feel better, and it did increase my mental health. So I really enjoyed that. And then another thing that changed me for the worst was my previous girlfriend. She just really put down my mental health. I don't want to get into too many details about it, but she did put me in a really low place. But since I met my new girlfriend and I met her family, they really, really helped me out with my mental health. And an obstacle that defines me would have to be Kaylee Mills' death and my Theo Fernie's death. Like I said previously in the TED Talk, they really shaped me into the person I am today, and they made me not take life for granted as much as I did, and they make me want to live every moment of my life the fullest that I can, every day to the fullest, because you never know when it's going to be your last day here on earth. So they really defined me into the person I am today. And now we're going to talk about the trash can activity. So it says who is privileged and who is not privileged. During the trash can activity, there are people sitting in the front of the classroom, and then there are people sitting in the back of the classroom in rows, and there's a trash can at the front of the classroom. And obviously the people in the front of the classroom have privileged because they're closer and they have a better shot at making it into the trash can. And in the people in the back, they don't have a better advantage because they're all the way in the back and they can't really see the trash can, and the chances of them hitting the ball in the trash can are very slim. And then this one says, what obstacles got in the way of me achieving my goal due to alleged privileges? Is I believe that obstacles that I face every single day are that I'm lesbian, I am Latina, and I am a woman. Those three are such big obstacles where people won't hire me because I'm a lesbian, or they won't hire me because I'm Latina, or because I'm a woman. So those are obstacles that I know I'm going to face and have previously faced due to alleged privilege. And then this question is everyone afforded the same opportunities in life? No. There are people who are way more privileged than me. Speaking about Kylie Jenner. Kylie Jenner is way more privileged than I am, and she grew up privileged. There is no way I could ever become a billionaire because of where I grew up from. Now, don't get me wrong, people can become billionaires and they can make themselves build up that way, but they are already access to privilege. So no, I don't believe that everybody is awarded the same opportunities in life due to privilege. And then This one says, how did I feel when I finally figured out, I finally figured everything out and I had a goal to change, and then an additional obstacle was added into that, to where it wasn't made. That made me feel, it did make me feel destroyed, because when I move towards a goal and I'm almost there, and then something just gets in the way of it, it makes me a little destroyed. But I'm not gonna let that define me, and I'm not gonna let that come in the middle of me and my success. That just makes me want to push forward to my goal. It makes me more ambitious to get to where I need to be. And then this says, how did making a change to alter your goal impact your life? And impact my life for the better. One goal that I wanted to say was moving out, because my parents didn't want me going to my full potential. So that really, really made my goal more realistic, and I'm glad that I took that goal and I made it into reality. Then the last part is about success. So who defines success? I believe that anything that you're ambitious towards is going to define your success. So the way that you get there, and not necessarily how long it takes you, but that you actually get to what you want to do. It could be something so small like brushing your teeth every day, or something so big to starting your own business. That is a sign of success, and you can make your own success. And then this one says, what life-changing experience did you encounter while reading this novel? Some life-changing experience that I encountered while reading this novel was just reliving everything that I've personally gone through. And it made me realize how much of a strong individual I am, even though sometimes I believe that I'm not. It really makes me think, like, wow, like I did all these things for myself to make myself better. And then it says, how have you changed your perspective through viewing another's worldview? With Wallace and his stories about his mom, and how she was playing on teams with all white people, and then even though she was the reason why they won, she was still forced to sit on the bus. She was still going through discrimination and segregation and all of those horrible racist and just terrible things that would be done to her. It really made me realize, like, people had it worse. His mom had it worse, and she could have given up. She could have gave up, and she could have not played sports. She could have not put up with what the people were saying and just gave up on everything that she wanted to do, but she didn't. She kept pushing. She still had that ambition, even though she put up with what she said, even though he said that she would talk back to the coaches and she would say some nasty things to her teammates. She still pushed on, and I just believe that if she can do that, then I can do anything that I want to put my heart into. And then this one says to set 3 goals for myself and plan how I can impact the community. 3 goals for myself would be to get into UT Austin, to get an apartment, obviously in Austin, and then to have a career in psychology. Those 3 things would mean the world to me. And the way that I can impact my community is that if I'm a clinical psychologist, I can help out a lot of people. So this book really did change my life. And I'm very glad that Dr. Sawyer made us read this book, because it really did open my perspective to a lot of different things, and how a lot of different people go through things but they still don't give up. So I really appreciate that Wallace wrote this book and that Dr. Sawyer made us read it, because I'm going to recommend this book to a lot of people who are going through challenges in their life and don't know what to do, because in reality, life is not complicated. We are. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk.